Hi, jewells68 here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, October 20th. I did enjoy my day off yesterday, and I went to Busy Bee Quilts. They're the ones that, during the shop hop back in August, called me and said I'd won a $50 gift certificate. And it's a 30-minute drive each way to Busy Bee Quilts. They're in Edgewood, New Mexico. And since I had the day off, I decided to head out there and look at fabric. Maybe stock up on some things. I'm sure there's going to be a quilt along with Fandom and Stitches or with Sew Hooked next year. One and or both. And probably at least one of them will be one I'll be doing. And I realized when I was looking for some fabric for something the other day that I am way overloaded with blue and green fabric. Quite a bit of brown as well. But I hardly have any red, pink, and yellow in particular. My yellow supply is really weak. So I decided to take the opportunity to stock up on fabrics that are good for paper piecing and just piecing in general, but just to have some colors on hand for scrappy quilting, because I like to do scrappy quilting. I like to do paper piecing, and I hate when I have to dig around and I can't find anything, and all I ever have now is blue and brown. So in the reds and pinks, I picked up, first of all, I tried out the Mode Grunge. I checked that out, which I really like a lot. The Mode Grunge is a really nice textural kind of tonal fabric. So I have some of that. In the reds and pinks, I think maybe I'll just do the kinds of fabric together. So out of the Mode Grunge, I got a red. It's sort of a pinkish red, I guess. And this yellowy orange, orangey yellow. I guess that was more of a yellow because here's the orange. And I also got a green and a purple. And then I got this just because I thought it would be good for some sort of bling somewhere. I don't know where, but it's a good fabric. It's sort of a cross between a yellow and a brown, so I thought it would be good. Same with this one. A little bit of sparkle there. This one I don't believe is a Mode Grunge, but it is kind of similar. That's just a red to add to the red stash. I don't remember even picking this up, so this was an accident. And then I also got this red and a reddish batik, because I don't have much in that way, and have a decent supply of batik now. And this one because stars and yellow. And then I loved this yellow batik, which was really pretty. And they have, gosh, I forget what this line is called, but I really like it. It's got a sheen to the solid bits. It's almost like something with a patina on it. It's really pretty cool, especially this one. And then there was this line of fabrics. Well, this is actually Northcott. This is from Northcott, which they make Stonehenge, right? So I'll show you those two. Those both have a metallic going through them as well. And then, of course, Fairy Frost. I had to get Fairy Frost. We had some green with gold. We have sort of a tan. Nice, I don't know if that was that tangerine. Pink for the pink supply. Red with gold. Light pink for the pink supply. A nice lavender. A nice yellow, because I'm almost totally out of yellow Fairy Frost. And I'm also just down to tiny scraps of my true red, and so I got some more of that. So those are all fat quarters. The only one I actually bought a yard of is this guy right here. And I just could not pass this up. So this line of fabric is called Marblehead. This particular line within Marblehead is Marblehead Butterflies Are Free, and there's like a panel, a butterfly panel and some stuff, but this is just the swirly marbly in all different colors, which I thought, oh my god, how gorgeous is that? No idea what I'm going to use that for, but it was too beautiful to pass up. And they had it in solids, or not solids, it's just like this, but in a single color family. So it'd be like a swirly red or a swirly blue or whatever. And apparently the story behind that Marblehead is that Joe Regg, who is the designer for that, apparently used to work for Northcott. This is the story of the lady at the quilt store told me. Used to work at Northcott, who makes Stonehenge, and she was involved in Stonehenge, and I don't know what brought about their separation, her separation from that company, but she now has her own line called Marblehead, and they're pretty awesome fabrics too, I have to say. So I didn't buy any because there wasn't anything specific I needed. In fact, I almost did buy, actually, some to use for the castle for Phoebe's, but I still haven't decided on exactly what I want to do there. So, yeah. So I ended up going in for my $50 gift certificate and buying over $100 in fabric. And so, yeah. So much for that. That'll be the last little splurge of it. But I've really upped my supply of reds and yellows, so that's good. And then, in addition to that, I do have some finished stuff to show you. I have a finished, well, it was finished, and then I just noticed this thing on the end here. I wove in the ends, but I haven't trimmed the little bits from weaving in the ends. And you're not going to be able to see all of this, but it's just a big granny square. It started out as a square. I added a little bit when I was still using the Gryffindor multi-striped Red Heart Team Spirit there towards the middle. This actually started out as, I don't know where it came from. It either came in a package of yarn I got at the thrift store or somebody donated it. But I got just this square that has the navy or black and yellow and white or off-white as a single square, like somebody was learning how to crochet a granny square. And that was what I started with. And so I had that Red Heart Team Spirit, what was left of it, and I just started going around it and just kept making it bigger. I finished that skein up, did a skein of navy, what was left of one, did a skein of soft white, a skein of brown, and then ended with this beautiful rust color that came from my prize pack from September from Rainy. So, yay! And I had enough of the rust left to start a new blanket for Project Linus, which will be a sideways shell, and I'm just almost at the end of that skein, and then I'll dive into another color. So I'll show that one when it's done, but this will be going in November to Project Linus. I just need to wash it, trim the little ends, and label it. And then behind me here, I have 2 finished quilt tops for Project Linus. This one, some of you that have been around for a while might remember. I showed off this huge quilt top, and I might still have a picture somewhere. I'll have to go look. Someone donated this. I swear it was like either a queen or king size quilt top. But it was all in Mother Goose nursery rhyme fabric. And so they wanted someone to take it apart into sections so that we could get maybe 3 toddler-sized quilts out of it. And I volunteered because no one else would. And this was the very center of it, which I have turned. All I did after cutting the other bits off, or not cutting, but undoing the seams, all of this part was already pieced here in the center with the cat and the fiddle and Mother Goose and all that. All I did was add this blue that actually was in the same package. So it was probably intended to be a border or something somewhere, or possibly binding. But all I did was add that border, and voila, finished quilt top. So I have enough for at least 1 more toddler-sized quilt, and then I might have to either make a baby size, or I might have to add some more fabric to do the next toddler size. And then a couple of months ago, Someone donated these already appliqued squares that look like this. Somebody had already hand appliqued these. There's that pink. And they also provided this blue batik fabric, was in the same batch of donations. And more of the fuchsia, which they used for some of these appliques. And I can see an applique right here that's starting to come off. So I can see I'm going to have to top stitch that. Which I was planning to do when I quilted anyway, but I may have to like stick some glue stick under there or something until I'm done. So this fabric right here was in with the same donation. I don't know if it was intended to be part of the same quilt or not, but it had a lot of the same colors in it and it blended with it well enough. So I had just enough. I think I have one of these squares left over. I used all the applique squares. I have just a tiny bit of the dark blue left, so I didn't have enough to go all the way around. But I did have just barely enough of the fuchsia, or I guess that's more of a magenta, huh, to go all the way around. And then you might recognize this teal here. There's really no teal anywhere in here, but I felt like it went with it okay, especially with these different colors and stuff in here. I just felt like it set it off nicely enough. This was in Snowy 44's favorite color swap. This is what I used to embroider Eeyore onto. So anyway, there's that. I have this quilt done, or that top done. I have the other top done. Hopefully I'll have another one done soon. And then when I have backings, and actually I do have backing for this already picked out, that I think came from, I want to say, what did I do with it? It came from, I think, Alia, I think actually is where it came from. It's this pink right here, but I have enough of it, plenty of it to be the back. So I think I'm going to use it for that because I've had it for a long time and I haven't used a whole lot of it. So I think I'll probably use it for that. And then, yeah. And I guess that's it. I hope everybody's having a great week. I'm going to hang that stuff up later. I hope everyone's having a great week. I look forward to watching your videos and I will see you next week. Bye!